Well, welcome back, everyone, to the Castlevania Ravenloft RPG. Last we left our heroes, they had left Vallaki finally and have ventured to the winery to see why the wine has stopped being produced and shipped. Um, they came across a field with a bunch of it's like some kind of vegetation that looks like it's like grown out of a corpse and taken on some sort of human features like heads and things. Um, Party decided to run past all of those, taking out a few of them as they went, to break into the winery, and they shut the door behind them. And now, clawing behind them, they hear these monsters trying to get in, but they've closed the door and grabbed a loose plank that was nearby and wedged it to where for inside there's a large room full of giant casks where they make wine. And currently, they see an odd sight. Um, there's a bunch of ravens perching around. The smell of fermenting wine fills this two-story chamber, and it's about 12 foot high. Um, after someone alerted everyone to their presence, they heard the balcony creak. The balcony creaks, drawing your eye to a wild-looking figure hunched over the westernmost cask, pouring a flask of thick syrup into it. She wears a gown made of animal skins and a headdress with goat horns, and her hair is long and unkempt. Suddenly, you see something skittering across the floor. It looks like a tiny plant creature with a large mouth and a sprout of green leaves for hair. It moves from its hiding place under the stairs and disappears behind the easternmost cask. And this is the figure that you see up at the top. She looks down at you. She's obviously spotted you. What do you want to do? Not everyone at once.
Sorry. A wave of greeting.
All right. Did you want to also take control of the music, or should I control that tonight? All right. Thank you.
So Alexandra's back to her normal self.
She's alive.
Okay.
Let's just leave that for now.
Yeah, I'm just going to raise a hand in greeting.
Good afternoon. Are you the one controlling the monsters outside?
She looks down and snarls and says, "Noon Rog Duck." It's not a language anyone here has heard before.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid we don't understand. And Alex will hold up both of her hands to show she means no harm.
Yes, roll persuasion to see if you can initiate a peaceful conversation with him.
I take it that failed.
Yeah, she begins casting a spell, and suddenly her skin looks like it's covered in dark. Sure, go ahead. It is a bit better. She says, "Umos Rosh Javak." Let's see if there's a good skill for. Hold on. Roll for performance. She nods and smiles and just points her hand openly towards the barrel. It's a giant cask. You might have to use the tap at the bottom, or you would have to go up higher to see down into it.
We have no carriage.
A carriage?
Or a wagon.
Well, you saw that there was it's like a wagon or some kind of treads made from some wheels had worn themselves into one of the sides of this house as you were approaching it. So you know that some kind of cart or something is nearby, probably on that side. Yeah, you can constantly hear them scratching at the behind you and trying to get in the window. Not that you can currently see. At the far end, you see a set of double doors, and there's stairs leading up to the balcony. Where Jeeves could point out that he can see a door right next to you guys that seems to be open, and then there's a set of double doors next to him as well.
Or
Sure.
We need to figure out some way to communicate with this woman. Yeah, she understands that we want it. How much does she think we want? A glass? A barrel? More barrels?
No, she just kind of sneers. She takes whatever she was pouring and stoppers it and puts it away.
Alex will gesture up to the ravens while looking up at the woman. Are they yours?
You get a sense that she can't or doesn't wish to speak your language.
He ran off into the underbrush. If you'd like to go outside and search for him, by all means. Guess I will go upstairs.
Yes, and as you're moving towards the stairs, she is too. If you go up in the map a little bit, I will reveal a little bit of the upstairs. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of the upstairs little floor plan there. Let's-
Yeah. Oh, up there.
When you get to that point on the stairs, she begins casting a spell. Roll for initiative.
Oh, Lord.
And I guess I'll control Jack. Jack. Let's get you in the initiative. Yeah, you can move him.
Logan said he's trying to log in, but his computer is being a bitch.
Ooh, he rolled really low. Alexandra, as she begins casting a spell, what do you want to do? It's your turn.
I'm not putting up with any of her bullshit. I'm gonna whip her right across the jaw.
Okay. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Really? Okay, there we go.
The crack of the whip is heard, and fresh blood streaks from her darkened face, or dirty face.
Was that
Anything
enough
else,
to interrupt her
Alexandra? You
casting?
got another attack.
Yeah, I know. Was that enough to interrupt her casting?
It looks like it did, yes.
I'm gonna whip her again. Actually, you know what? This time I'm gonna try to knock her down. I'm gonna try to knock her down to the floor below. Trip time.
Not sure you'd be able to,
No bummer.
like, you could trip her, certainly, but getting her off to the floor. She's actually at a spot to where there's no railing in front of her. So if you were to run around and try to grapple her, you could push her off. You could try to shove her off into the barrel if you'd like.
What would that do to the wine?
Yeah, it'd probably spoil it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna spoil good wine. Even if she probably already has with whatever shit she was pouring into it. Alright, I'm just gonna whip her then.
Okay. Are you moving up there at the same level with her?
Yeah, sorry.
I just assumed you were. Yes, you hit her, and the whip cracks again, drawing more blood. It looks like a scowl of rage crosses her face, and she screams at you. And then she begins to cast a spell. Did you want to do anything else with your movement?
No, I'm good for now.
Okay. Her spell completes, and this thunderous boom threatens to push you down the stairs. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
You tumble down the stair. Well, let's see. It would be away from her. No, not down the stairs. She blows you back this far,
Wow.
and you will take some damage from it too. Let's see. That's. What spell level is she casting this at? That's the question I'm asking myself.
Too high. It should be a lower level.
Hello there.
Welcome. I wish I had a bigger screen. It'd make this easier. Ah, here we go. Alright. You take 9 points of thunder damage. And that will be the end of her turn. She's going to back up a step. Next up. Hold on.
A little help here, gentlemen.
A little help
I
here.
said a little help here, gentlemen.
I miss having 2 monitors. Wow, it just jumped all the way to Brent. Why did it do that? That's saying that out loud, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. It... Oops.
Yeah, so do I.
What is it doing on your screen? I miss having a
There's
second.
there's a mandragora now there.
Yeah. But where is he? Oh, there
He said he skittered behind one of the barrels.
Yeah, but where's his token?
Here.
That's the question.
Is it on the other map?
No? It should be placed. Maybe it's not placed.
Can't you just click and drag it onto where we are?
Let me just go to this one here. There it is. I'm going to take it up to the floor you're on though. Okay. Skittering out towards Jeeves, the small plant creature reveals itself. And it's going to scream at you.
Okay.
Cover your
Yeah.
ears, Jeeves.
Yes, Jeeves covers his ear as the Mandragora runs up to him and explodes near him, but it doesn't appear to do any damage.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay, next up is another one. Man, it's hard to keep these things in order.
Wow.
Hey, whoop, back.
I don't think that's the
Yes,
same one.
Mark, you realize that pouring out of that barrel is just an army of these things.
Oh,
Oh lord. And of course, Jeeves gets swarmed again.
was there a well around here anywhere I could just like jump in it?
Okay.
There's a vat of wine.
All right. This one also screams at you, but it misses as well. And you shield yourself from it. You know, I'm just gonna, instead of doing that for every single one, I'm just gonna take a good amount of them.
17 dice.
Yes. Let's see.
Well, I think we discovered why the wine shipments have stopped, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 6 more all leap out. They just begin pouring out of this and running all around Mark and screaming at him. Some of them are exploding, and some are just yelling really loud to where it starts to do. It starts to wreak havoc on your body like a grenade. Let's see. That's a miss.
What did
miss.
poor Jeeves do to the universe that he
Yes.
gets swarmed by everything?
A miss.
He let you die.
Yes. Okay. So
Yeah.
2 of them will do damage. Which is
He was
not
getting
all
swarmed
that
before she died, so.
Yeah. I didn't let
The
her.
universe is omnipotent. It knew that he was gonna let her die.
God.
Okay, let's see. That's minimum damage on that one. And the same. Okay, so Mark, you take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'll have to manually move that damage on your sheet there. Alright. Next up is Elias.
Elias, kill this thing.
Okay. That's fine. You can just decide to make your damage not lethal.
I'm gonna stab her with a spear, but I'm only gonna do it very gently.
Well, you can hit her in a non-vital place.
I'm just being a smartass, sorry.
Be right back.
She has no armor. She seems to... Ooh, that's a hit. Alright. 5 damage to the druid. Yes, you stab her and she winces and she glares up at you, ready to retaliate, but not before Jack is able to act.
Jack finish this.
She's up above.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm back, sorry.
I am going to hit her with a new spell. As soon as I can figure out what the hell ranged attack spell is in this edition.
What spell are you casting?
Or it's going to do absolutely nothing.
Can chill touch even reach her?
120 feet.
Oh wow. Yes. Your chill touch touches the barky skin that she has. Doesn't have an effect on her. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Sure. Can I squeeze between here?
Yeah. You fit
Yeah.
within. It's no problem. There's a good about 5 or 6 feet in between those barrels.
And how far above me is she?
About 6 feet above.
Okay.
A little bit more like 7.
Danke. We're good.
Okay.
I am all done. Ignore that.
Did that
Hey yo.
touch yourself? Mr. Jeeves, what do you want to do?
Hey.
Enough of this, Jeeves. End it.
Alright, so I see I have nothing around me.
You've got a whole bunch of mandragoras swarming around you.
If I escape them, do they have an attack opportunity?
Not if you disengage.
Okay, so what I want to do, I'll run it by you first, is I want to disengage, and I still have my spider slippers on, I assume.
Yes.
So I want to run up the wall where I'm at, and across the ceiling to where Alex is.
Yes, you could do that.
Will that allow me to have a shot afterwards? One shot?
No, disengaging was your action.
Disengage.
Right. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to disengage and run across the ceiling.
All right. You land right next to Alexandra.
Could I have a free action to pick her up? Oh,
Pick Alexandra up?
yeah, I thought she fell over. Or did she just get blown back?
She just got blown back, but holding her back would probably be a good idea if you don't want this thing dead.
That's actually a good question. I don't know if she fell prone or not. Let me check the spell. No, it just pushed her. She didn't
Okay.
fall over.
No, I'm not going to restrain her. I think I've pissed off enough lately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the swarms of ravens begin to fly downwards, picking up mandragoras and tearing them apart.
Hey.
Yeah, as soon as the little things came into sight, you could tell that these ravens were eager to get a piece of the action. You see little mandrakes getting just torn to shreds by the beaks and the talons of these ravens.
And Alex is watching it all happen with a little bit too much delight on her face.
All right, and it's Alexandra's turn now.
Thank you, my friends, she calls out to the ravens before she turns back to the witch with murderous intent in her eyes. I'm going to have her move forward, and she is going to use her whip again.
Elias is in the way, so take a -2. Yeah, or
Can't she move past him?
no. You could jump in there with him and then jump back out,
Yeah.
but jumping back out will incur an attack of opportunity.
Not if she's dead.
You could just take a -2. Okay, well, or you could do that. That's a hit.
Ooh.
All right, yeah, that did it. You drop her. You can still see that she's breathing, though.
I've had enough of this. And for my second attack, she will lift the battle axe above her head.
Oh, okay.
And I'm probably gonna miss.
Yes, your axe comes down and it bites into her bark skin, but it doesn't look like it was a fatal wound. Elias, you can tell that she almost just ended the woman's life, despite you wanting to keep it alive. All right. Downstairs, the shrieks of the mandragoras escaping the ravens lead them upstairs to you. And Alexandra's back in the spot where she started out. And or you could enter the druid's space. Which would you rather do?
I'll just stay where you put me.
Okay. All right. Well, the mandrakes start running up the stairs and exploding on Alexandra. All right, let's see what we got here. One fumbled and just explodes. Way far away from its friends. I guess it just got a little too excited. And let's see, then there's 1, 2, 3 misses and 2 hits. Yeah. So let's see what the damage is. Total of 7 damage as mandragoras hit you with their sonic screams.
She doesn't seem too terribly phased by it.
All right. Next up is going to be Elias. Sure, go ahead.
You're wasting time, Elias. She's still breathing. Finish her. She attacked us.
Ooh, a natural 20. You inspect the vial that she had stoppered earlier that she was pouring into the wine. And it looks to you like this is some kind of poison. Deadly poison. Yes, you can assume that the wine is now impure. That's the one you saw her pouring it in.
And she was going to offer some of that wine to you. You would have drank it and died.
Let the bloodthirsty one have her way, Crusader. This one's beyond hope.
And Alex just smiles darkly to Jack.
Jack makes a kissy face up at her.
Oh, God.
To which she simply rolls her eyes and turns away, letting Elias finish the job.
He misses.
Wow. She's laying there dying.
Alexander.
Yeah.
Good point.
Elias drives his spear into the barky skin, but it doesn't look like it penetrated deep enough to finish her off.
Whose turn is it now?
Yes.
All right. Acid splash at the space beside the Dark Druid, away from Elias.
Okay.
She makes a dex saving throw.
She can't.
Okay.
She's dying.
Yes, that's enough. Your acid starts to melt into the bark. You see it sizzle as it starts to expose ribs and organs below it, and she is no longer breathing.
Was that so very complicated?
Apparently.
Anything else, Jack? There's still a steady stream of mandragoras streaming up from that barrel. The ravens are still swooping down and tearing them apart, though.
You know what? Sure. Are they actually on the stairs right now?
Yeah, it's like a steady march.
Can I get in between and interrupt the flow?
Yes, yeah, they're small enough to where you can do that.
Let them come. As soon as they try and hit me, I'm going to cast shield.
Okay.
But due to the nature of it, I have to wait until they actually try to hit me.
Mr. Jeeves.
Well, doesn't seem much left to do anymore, so I'm going to go, I guess, inspect and search her body for anything else that's valuable.
Sure. Let's see. Roll a spot check, Mark.
I mean, it's a perception check, right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I got some bad rolls. I'm going to change my dice color.
All right. Let's see. She has a quarterstaff that you could take.
Okay.
Other than that, the clothes that she's wearing don't seem even much like clothes at all. They're just rags and a lot of haphazardly made stuff. Looks like she was living outside in the woods on her own, just making the bare minimum amount of cloth to cover herself up.
Okay. No jewelry, nothing.
No.
Is there anything left in the poison vial?
She does have a headdress that has antlers, though. You could take that.
Yeah.
And there is the poison vial.
Any contents?
Yes, there's some left.
Alright, I'll take that too.
Okay. Just add that to your inventory as Dark Druid poison. Alright. The ravens continue to pick apart the mandragoras. But they endlessly seem to be coming out of that big wine cask, the barrel that it's made in, the fermenting vats. All right, this point in time, the door on this side opens up fully. It looks like someone had just been peeping in to see what was going on. But now they fully enter.
Who goes?
I'll show you here in a second. You see large creatures behind this person. It's another, what appears to be some kind of druid.
Oh man.
I knew this was too easy.
Let me get my encounter straight. I think I have a... I should use that more. I wish my soundboard was a little bit more accessible. Yeah, pause for a second. Yes, the dark druid you see has two creatures behind it that you can see through the door. They look like some kind of crawling mass of vegetation with a long, spindly vine that ends in a giant red rose, some kind of flower. It looks like it's opening up and closing like some sort of mouth or head.
Those are supposed to be immobile, though, correct?
Yeah, sure. Everything in Castlevania doesn't really like to move all that much, but what fun is that? Indeed. Where you just walk up or take things from afar and shoot them. Look up.
Yeah.
But Alexandra, you notice this first, and you have time to act before they do.
Okay, well, first things first, she's going to take her bow and arrow and shoot them at the stone roses.
The stone rose is currently behind the druid, and it's
fine,
through a
she'll shoot the
doorway.
druid. Okay, fine, she'll shoot the druid first.
Okay. It's a hit.
Damn my ones tonight.
That's okay. Even despite his skin having that wood look to it, looks like you did do a little bit of damage to him.
There's another one. Quickly kill it. And for second attack, she will shoot it again.
Let's see. Yeah, a 25. That's definitely a hit. All right. Yeah, so you've done a total of 14 points of damage to it already. Couple of arrows streak and thud again into the druid. You can move a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, she's gonna back the fuck up a bit.
Okay. Next up, some mandragoras. And they, as Jack was running up, so were the mandragoras. So one of them got past him, and it's going to attack Alexandra. But it misses. And the rest are going to attack Jack.
Cast shield.
Jack,
Okay.
be careful.
All right, Jack, do you have your... Can you add that effect to yourself? All right, let's see. Any of them get through? Oh, yes, one got a critical hit. Other than that, even the one that got a 17 missed. It took the critical to hit him. Oh, it did maximum damage too. Jack, a mandragora jumps up in your face. It like triples in size and then boom, explodes in a huge pop. You can't hear anything but the ringing in your ears, and it feels like it has just ripped right through you. You take 10 points of damage.
Does that mean I can't cast spells with verbal components?
No, you should be fine still.
Okay. In which case, Jack swears very loudly. God damn motherfucker!
All right, the rest of them, they haven't got up to you guys yet, but it is Elias next. He just bares his teeth and says "Magnak Varsh," and he does a rude gesture that you recognize.
All right.
It just-
Pretty sure he understands.
A
Yes.
gesture Alex has probably made before.
You can't grab what he grabbed, but probably something similar.
Wow. Never mind then. Yep. Never mind then.
Okay. That's a hit, yeah. You notice this one has their quarterstaff looks a lot different than the other druids. It looks like it's smoldering, some sort of dark energy. Oh, wow. Yes, you drop him, so you might want to describe this.
Drop.
All right. Yes. And the druid has met his end. Good job.
And Alex watches with a sick little grin on her face.
As if unimpeded by the fallen body in front of them, the stone roses begin to lurch through the door over its corpse. Yeah, and it let's see, it moves this far. Let's see what just just out of range for that. Let's see about this. Yes, grasping roots and vines start emanating from it and reaching out to you. You think that the area around it would be hard to navigate through. It would definitely slow you down, at least trying to not get tangled up in it. Make a dexterity saving throw. Yes. An 18? Yes. You kick the vines away that were getting closest to your feet. And then it opens its big head or mouth or whatever the petal thing on the front of it is and spews spores out at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
9. Let's see here.
So I can snatch him and pull him back if I need to.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Elias, you feel like your skin is beginning to turn to stone. For the moment, you are restrained. Yeah, and then over the corpse of the other druid, the other stone rose shambles in, but it's too far to really do anything. But well, no, it can kind of scoot past its companion. No, they would end up in the same space. Actually, can't do that. Okay, so that's it for the stone roses. And the dark druid's good. Jack, you're next.
I'm next. How lovely. Okay, how many of the mandragoras are there?
From what you can tell, they're still pouring out of the wine vat.
And there is no stemming the tide.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like their numbers might be thinning a little bit. But they're so small, and that vat's so large. There's no telling how many are in there.
Okay, well then. Okay. What I'm going to do is
Either seal up the vat or shoot fire at those things.
Jack looks at her. I'm not that kind of wizard. He does, however, point at the stone roses, and he's going to burn 2 sorcery points to fire off a acid splash. They have to make a save against DC 14.
Okay. What kind of save?
Dex, sorry.
So many monsters in here. Alright. Dex save. They both fail.
Okay, then they each get... and then do it again.
What was that? Quicken spell?
Yep.
So they, one of them takes 6 and one of them takes 9.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it did. It applied it to him.
Yeah. And then they need another dex save.
They failed, both of them. Ooh, heavy damage on both. Yes, you start to see the vines and stuff slowly. They're not twisting around as much. They seem to start slacking. So it looks like you've done a bit of damage to him. Mr. Chief, you'll be next.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if an arrow will do some damage. Oh, jeez.
All right, that one misses and strikes the wall behind it.
All right. Do I get 2 attacks?
No.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything else? You can do.
Can I grab Elias and drag him back?
No.
All right, I'll stay where I'm at then.
Okay. The ravens are still picking apart the mandragoras. They look to be like almost made to do this. All right, Alexander, you're up next.
Got just about enough of this place already. And she's going to take the longbow and shoot one of the stone arrows right when the stone arrows is right.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a miss.
Okay, time to try again.
That's a hit. Okay, you send that arrow straight into the center of its petal, and it slumps immediately, falling down to the floor. Its vines no longer move.
I trust you boys can finish off the last one.
Maybe.
All right, Jack. A whole barrage of mandragoras begin to
Shield.
scream. All right, go ahead and shield yourselves.
This has become one of my favorite spells.
It is very useful. Okay, let's see. Miss, 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 and miss. Yes. An entire army of these things come and begin popping and screaming at you. But you hold your hands over your ears and keep kicking them with your feet back down the stairs, and they are completely ineffective against your shield.
Bravo, Jack.
Yes, very well.
That's the kind of wizard I am, as he's doing a little jig while he's kicking them.
Excellent. I can just see it in my mind. All right, Elias. You can, with the stone rose. Let's
Wiggle
see.
back and forth until you break free.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do. I'm just checking the DC on it. You can make a strength check. Oh, actually, you know what? Mark, you go ahead and make a strength check too. See if you can shake him out before he tries.
Yep. Just trying to find it.
Yeah, actually, back when Jeeves asked if he could move Elias or anything, he grabs Elias and just kind of shakes him, and with a good twist, the thin layer of stone that was covering Elias breaks and begins to crumble off. So, Elias, on your turn, you're actually free to act.
Kick its ass!
All right. It's a miss. You think that at this range, it will be able to get you with its vines and stuff next round if you stay where you're. Okay. And it follows. It moves to this position, and its vines begin to try to entangle Mr. Jeeves.
Bring it.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Yeah, you have no problem moving out of the way from that. And then, yeah, it's going to spit stone spores at you. So go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw to avoid those as well. Which you do, no problem. You are much too nimble for this.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jack, your turn.
Pardon me, Elias. And then hurl off another acid splash into the center of the Mandragora horde.
Okay. That's a bunch of saving throws.
Or you could just make one for the lot. I'm fine with that if you are.
It's really easy for me to make them. Let's see. What is it again?
DC 14 dex.
Let's see. Dexterity. They're actually pretty good with their dexterity. A save of, what is it? 12? 14? Okay. All right, only 3 of them made their save. Do they get no damage on a successful save?
Yes.
All the rest of them are engulfed by your acid effect. So what damage does it do? Go ahead and roll 8 times. Right, just keep doing that. I'll keep track. Oh wait, it's no effect, so not 8, 5. So 2 more. That kills them all, except for the 3 that made their saves. From what it looks like, they haven't been coming out. All right, Mr. Jeeves, you're up next. Good job, Jack. Right, with the short bow, Mark sends an arrow flying into the stone rose. Let's see what kind of damage it does.
Not much.
Not much, but it does hurt it. It looks like it will survive, though. The swarms of ravens begin to pick apart the last of the mandragora, and after that, they fly back to the rafters. But the mandragora are no longer a problem. Alexandra, it's your turn.
Yeah, she's had absolutely enough of this place. She's gonna finish off that stone rose.
It's a hit. Yes, and you do. Right into the center of its petal, once again, slumps down, dead as can be.
And once it falls down dead, she reaches into her pouch and takes out enough gold coins, one each to pay the ravens for their services, and holds them out into her open palm for them.
They do swipe down and pick them up with their beaks, and then they kind of fly around and go back up to the rafters. It looks like they're organizing the gold coins into a little stash.
Thank you, my friends.
So now there's a couple of druids on the ground. One of them dropped a weird-looking staff that is still smoldering some kind of black magic.
I would suggest one of you magicians inspect that before you pick it up. It may be cursed.
It's almost assuredly cursed. It's just whether it contains it inside for the unfortunate directives or outside for anyone unfortunate enough to pick it up.
Either way, be careful, please.
I'm guessing it's more arcane than divine, so if you'll excuse me, Crusader. There's nothing left at this point, right?
Make a perception check. And give me a sec. This is what I get for not having time to prepare. Where's that pause sound again? Oh, I guess there is another way for me to do it. Sorry guys.
It's all right.
Okay. All right. You don't perceive any other threats in the immediate area.
Do not like how you said that, but okay.
Yeah, well, it didn't take me that long to search for a bunch of nothing.
Do not believe, but Jack does, so. Go over and kind of poke at the staff with my foot and try to use Knowledge Arcana to see if I can tell anything about it.
Sure. Let me show you a picture of the staff first.
That doesn't look nice.
Yes, it looks to be smoldering some kind of black smoke. It's tied together with little straps of leather, and it looks like it's oozing blood. The blood seems to come from its own porous barky skin on it.
Well, this is either a powerful weapon or a potent curse.
I would suggest against touching it with your bare hands either way.
I had not planned on it. Identify would be a lovely spell at just this moment. Kind of tow it to the side of the druid's body.
Okay. When you touch it with your feet, nothing happens.
Okay. It's just going to stay there for a little while then. Maybe roll the druid over on top of it.
Okay, yeah, you can do that, no problem.
That's there now. I suggest we look through and see if we can find anyone else here.
Make another Arcana check. I'll let you have advantage on this. Don't put advantage on it. This will count as advantage.
That was good, I clicked the button.
You think that this may have some kind of effect on all of the creatures that were outside?
As Jack is turning away, he turns back, moves the druid out of the way, looks at it as he cocks his head to the left, to the right, looks back at the group. This might affect the creatures outside.
Destroy it.
It could be the method of control, it could be the method of banishment, it could be the method of a lot of things.
Perhaps
Potentially. Breaking it in half over my knee might end its spell. It might release a demon from the 7th layer of hell. It might cause the creatures outside to vanish entirely. It might just break the hold the spell has over them.
Or it might just break the command of them and they'll charge at us.
They're already charging at us. Can't you hear them clawing at the door?
Right.
Yes.
As he says that, Alex face palms. Jack, destroy it.
There's wisdom in your words, Alexandra, but at the same time, I am a fool. He bends down and picks it up.
As soon as your flesh touches the staff, you are instantly teleported somewhere. A
God damn it.
swirling fog and mist envelops your vision, and you feel as if you're drawn into some other plane of existence for a moment. And then when you return to the physical world, you find yourself on a foggy hill, and in front of you stands a giant black and twisted tree. This cursed object looks like it has grown up from the earth in a way that is telling that this land is impure and vile. All around you, you start to hear the shambling of little bushes and the pitter-patter of small feet.
God.
As you look around, vegetation is moving, and suddenly you can feel as if thousands of eyes are watching you, and all of that motion stops.
Well, shit. Hold the thing aloft over my head. And say, I am a very stupid man, but I hold this.
Yes, and you see all of the vegetation start to like kneel down. You can see little faces, and it appears to be a bunch of vegetation-like creatures. Some with grotesque faces, but they all seem to kind of worship you for a moment, and then snap. You're right back with your friends, as if nothing has happened. No one noticed anything. Jack just appeared to pick up a staff, an odd expression on his face for a moment, and no time had passed.
It's definitely magic. It is absolutely magical.
Do you feel indicated?
Grip it tighter, lean just slightly over the railing, and shout down at the door, knock it off!
Let's see. I like the knock it off. They all knock it off.
Wait, they all stop what they're doing, or they all knock the door off its hinges?
They all stop what they're doing.
Okay.
Oh.
Jack twirls the staff around a little and rests it on his shoulder and says, you just gotta tell them what for.
You send them back where they came from?
You feel like you may have gotten lucky with that command. You feel that you would need to attune to this item and spend a little time with it before you could get a full grasp of its power.
Eventually, but we're not leaving here until I play with this.
What are we going to do with the wine, gentlemen? It's all been contaminated.
Destroy it?
Well, first we need to test it to make sure.
I am not drinking something that I saw a witch pouring poison into.
Of course not. I'm suggesting we sniff it.
Then by all means, have at it.
Okay, who's sniffing the wine? Jack?
Jack.
My dumbass idea. So yes.
You find a small wooden goblet and pour a little wine into it, swirl it around a little, and take a sniff. Roll a perception check.
Starting with the one from the one the witch was pouring it into, the one we know is contaminated.
Sure. Go ahead and roll perception. You cannot tell at all any evidence by smell that this was contaminated. It smells like red wine.
Nod appreciatively, set the goblet down. And then find something heavy and proceed to break each and every keg open.
Elias, roll an insight check. All right. Is everyone good with Jack breaking this open? Because it looks like he intends to.
Fill another goblet. Go up to the druid that I didn't acidify and pour it on his face.
It just looks like wine pours on his face. It doesn't melt his face off.
There are empty barrels around, correct? We could just empty the vats entirely and bring them outside and set them on fire.
We should do that after I've had some time to play with my wood.
This is one of those moments where the DM just wants to interject, but can't. Okay.
Damn it! I hate it when you do that.
I know, I do too. Just for the sake of my own, I guess, what is this? What is this I'm experiencing? Assisting the players? I don't know what this falls under, but Elias, go ahead and roll one more insight check for me. I'll give you a little hint of a possibility. You had some training back in your duties as a cleric to investigate things like this. That's all I can say.
Open the casks, Elias.
Why not? No, that's not the way clerics work. I mean, you got spontaneous casting, right? Or is this a 5th edition thing? Okay, well, you got the point that I was trying to get across. So, yeah, you think that maybe today, even if you can't get that spell, I'm not sure how that works for you. Well, no, it's not prepared. It's not prepared. But you think that you could prepare it if given enough time. When the sun rises, if you pray during that time for your spells, whenever you normally do that. Anyways, okay, so that option's also on the table. It's just that, like, Elias would know that that's specifically what that spell is for, is to do that kind of thing.
That's all well and good, but it would be easier just to destroy it all and start fresh. There are some sealed barrels up here. Perhaps they're full. Do you not think we could find assistance from that strange man who was beckoning to us earlier?
You kind of hear him start clawing back at the door, as if Jack's cut it out worked, but then just for a little bit. They don't seem as persistent, though. But you can tell they want in.
Wonder how many of them are there. We could probably take them.
Jack would say, if I was given enough time with this item, I would understand it better. he needs to attune to it. Just a few hours. I would say just 1 hour, really.
So we're to rest here then. And give you time to prepare your spell.
Right, yeah, I think whenever you normally prepare your spells, you would just have to prepare the ones that you need. I think what I was thinking of earlier about the spontaneous casting was dropping any spell to replace it with a healing spell. I think that's still a thing. But that doesn't work the other way around, to where you can drop a healing spell to gain a spell that you hadn't prayed for. I could be wrong. I'm more familiar with the older system. But if you read up on your spell casting for your class, it'll probably... it either says it or it doesn't, so...
So then we give Jack time to attune to his new toy.
Alright, so... what next? We've got about 20 minutes left. Yeah. Are you going to spend that time in this very room? Okay. You see behind you is a stairwell leading downward. It's kind of a turret shaped. And then right where Alexandra's standing is a bedroom with an open door. It looks like the vegetation from the stone roses had come from there. And then a hall filled with doors and a stairwell at the far end of that hall.
I'll check this room.
Elias was up there first. Elias, did you want to, or you gonna? Okay, Alexandra, what you are in is some sort of printing press. In this chamber are a desk, a chair, a tall wooden cabinet, and a strange contraption that takes up most of the northern end of the room. Appears to be the printing press.
I need to open up the cabinet.
Okay, you find a key hanging on a loop of wine in the cabinet.
Yeah, that may come in handy. I'll take it.
Okay.
Going to check the drawers of the desk.
You find labels for wine bottles. Looks like the ink is made from wine, and it's also stored in bottles on the cabinet, along with pieces of parchment and jars of glue.
Check out the machine, the printing press. Is there anything interesting about it? Roll perception.
Nope. I don't know if you've seen one of these in your lifetime, but it's impressive.
Yeah.
Looks like it could craft a lot of labels.
Okay. She will leave the room and join Elias.
Okay, Elias, you open this door, and it looks like you've discovered some sort of sleeping quarters. 2 pairs of bunk beds occupy this room. Against the west wall rest 4 identical footlockers. Sure, hold on. The footlockers contain clothing, and it looks like some personal belongings, but nothing of value. Yes. Okay. Do you want to open it?
I'll just move on to the next door. And cover more ground this way.
All right. Elias, you find another sleeping quarter, but this one looks like it has. It looks like this belongs to children. There's a few toys scattered about. One of these toys seems to resemble a child's wooden rocking horse, except that the horse is black, with wild eyes, and has painted orange flames where its mane, tail, and hooves should be.
It's a
Carved
squad
into
horse.
carved into the wooden nightmare is the name Basalf Usefulus? Boy, this is a tough one.
Type it, I can pronounce it for you.
Please.
Bucephalus.
Bucephalus. Okay. And in small lettering, the slogan is no fun, is no Blinsky. It's a rocking horse.
Yeah.
No, there's toys strewn about the room, but this one is really caught your eye because you recognize its craftsmanship. All right. This room contains a regular table, chair, and an L-shaped cupboard, and a floor-to-ceiling closet pantry. Next to the pantry is a small iron stove.
I'm going to start opening up cupboards, starting with the L-shaped one.
Sure. It holds dishware and eating utensils.
Keep Jeeves out of this room. He'll try to steal the silverware.
What?
I said keep Jeeves out of this room. He'll try to steal the silverware.
Yeah, you see and then he appears. There appears to be 2 doors in this room.
Yeah.
The pantry looks like it stores wine and food.
I wonder if these bottles have been poisoned as well. Then should we take some of these with with us, as we go back to the tavern? If nothing else, they can serve these. How
So
many
you're
can you
taking-
carry? How many bottles are there?
There's a good dozen.
There's 4 of us, so 3 each. We'll split them evenly then.
Okay.
Should we check in the stove for anything interesting?
The stove doesn't appear to have anything of interest.
Alright. What's this other little door here, Mike?
The one that you're directly in front of?
No,
Oh,
the
that
one
one.
down here.
It looks like it opens into a hallway that ends in another door.
Hmm. I will continue it.
That looks like an external door.
Huh?
It looks different than the other door. It's a little bit more sturdy. And when Elias opens that one, it reveals what appears to be a master bedroom. This room contains a four-poster bed, its headboard carved in the likeness of a giant raven. A soft black rug covers the floor between the bed and the door. In the corners of the south wall stand two slender wardrobes, with a tapestry of a church hanging on the wall between them. Between the tapestry sits a handsomely carved rocking cradle. To the north, under a window, is a plain desk and chair. Other furnishings include a wooden chest and a freestanding mirror in a wooden frame.
I thought that room was the pantry. That's why I didn't mess with it.
The pantry was in the upper right of that room.
Oh. Well, he hadn't opened that part of the map yet.
Depending on what you eat, I guess it could be. Yes.
Wardrobes.
It's locked. Sure. Let's see. You think it's a little too tricky to pop this without the key.
Guess who has the key?
Alexandra tries her key on it, but it does not work.
Okay, well, she's going to check the wardrobes instead then.
All right. Let's see. One of these wardrobes contains female clothes, and the other male clothes. It just looks like a generic church. It doesn't look like it is of any famous church that you've ever heard of. No.
There is the desk. Maybe the key is in one of the drawers.
You rifle through the desks, and you see that it holds manifests recording wine shipments. It looks like it goes back a century. Cursory examination of the recent records reveals that almost all shipments are made to the following locations: BV, BW, K, and Vistani. You could check the older records if you'd like.
Chris. We've got to find this key.
Where would you like to look?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you just kind of rolled him over on it. He didn't look like he was carrying much.
Kind
I
of
will-
maybe poisoning that own wine.
I will check inside the cradle itself.
The cradle holds nothing of interest.
What's along the walls in the bedrooms like?
Are you just gonna do a? Oh, in those bedrooms?
Hmm.
It's just normal decorations. There's in the children's room. There's a small black bird motif painted around the entire perimeter walls.
Alex will check the pockets of clothing in the wardrobes.
You feel pretty confident that the wardrobes have no more treasure, loot, or secrets. You roll back the rug, and it does not reveal any secrets.
Check the bed and the pillows and the mattress and the blankets.
As you're checking the bed, you notice that the knob of one of the bedposts is loosed and can be removed, revealing the compartment inside.
I will remove it.
All right, and inside you find a key.
Hooray! Time to open that chest.
Yes, the key pops the lock to the wooden chest. And inside you see 50 gold pieces, 270 electrum pieces. Each one of these electrum pieces is stamped with the profile visage of Strahd von Zarovich. And there's 350 silver pieces.
Are you putting that in the treasure loading thing?
Done. You also perceive, because your perception check that I rolled for you in secret, you successfully find that there is a secret compartment in the lid, and it holds a gold locket. It contains a painted portrait of a beautiful woman, as well as a pouch containing containing 5 gemstones that look like they may be valuable. Did you want to take all of this stuff?
Yes. We'll hold on to it for now. Alex has the 3 gold rings. She gave 1 to Malthus. She has the other 2 still. She has the necklace.
I have the gold ring. And a finger. And a frog on a stick. And from the bed.
And Alex also has a rat deck.
Alright. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to evenly... No, that's sell items. I almost did that last time, too. I made that mistake before. Okay, in the party sheet, I have added it to the inventory there. So if you use that, it's in the upper right button, party sheet. And then on the inventory tab, you can get the coins that way too, I believe.
That's weird. It made me take the gemstones one at a time. It wouldn't just give me the pouch.
What about the money? The 52 GP and all that?
We're gonna have to figure out a way to split all of that evenly. I'm not just gonna take that all. Everybody deserves a split.
I've distributed it evenly.
Yay! With 2 electrum and 2 silver pieces left.
Yep. Yeah, it'll keep rolling in, so all the leftovers will eventually make their way to you. Alright, so yeah, you feel like you've successfully looted that chest. Ooh. Son of a bitch. It might be an old
Yeah,
character.
I don't see mine either. Weird.
Mine updated. Well, with the money.
Yeah, I pulled the locket and the gemstones over in my inventory, but they're not here. Weird.
Huh. Well, it's definitely 5th level Jack, Alexandra, and Jeeves.
I'll just
But-
add them manually.
Elias, you look like you're only a level 3 in the party sheet. Yeah. Just manually add what it says there. 13 GP, 87 silver, and 67 electric.
Well, no, the that stuff came over just fine. The gold split.
Yeah, on
just
everybody but Elias. 13 gold, 87 silver, and 67 electrum. Yeah.
What was in this room, Mike? On the top left.
That is a printing press.
Well, I was about to explore this other hallway before you guys called me back with the key. Another door.
Okay. You open this door to reveal quite a large area. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut into the middle of it. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch. Perched atop is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He waves a gnarled staff. Oh, no. That was the... That staff was actually wielded by the other guy. So the gnarled staff he's wielding doesn't look like the same thing. It's just a regular quarter staff. It is pretty gnarly.
This is gnarly as his hair.
But he's just babbling at you. He's not. He says, "Doskavash demistinor." And the Swedish chef.
Yeah, that's some
appears.
straight up Swedish chef bullshit.
What would you guys like to
Fort,
do?
fort? Good afternoon, sir. May we help you?
As you say that, he jumps down, jumps through the hole.
Oh my. Alex will lean over to see where he went.
When you look below, you see a wagon, and it looks like he had jumped down there, and he's about to run.
With the wagon?
No.
Okay. Well, that was odd.
What's everyone else doing?
He was painted in it, but he didn't seem injured himself. He just jumped down that entire floor. And it didn't hurt him at all.
He did hit with an oof.
Alright.
It didn't look like a comfortable jump for him.
How far down is he?
Oh, let's see. It's an entire story down, so it's like 10 feet or so. 12 feet, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely feel the weather here.
Down here, it looks almost like a ramp heading down that direction. Or is it another staircase?
Staircase.
I know, that's why I was confused. Alright, well, we will follow the oddly babbling, incoherent man down.
Okay. Back down to the first floor. It's a ramp. It's not stairs. You guys are.
That's what I thought. It's like there's no stairs drawn on the thing at all.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, this turret has a sloping wooden floor that spirals from the cellar to the upper levels. Scratch marks suggest that barrels are rolled up and down the ramp on a routine basis.
I'm just gonna use my spider climb and run over the edge.
It looks like you can stop at the ground floor or go deeper. Mm-hmm.
Did we actually see the man run towards the door when he landed?
It looks like he was just running out. The wagon room below, you could see that clearly. I'll go ahead and reveal that on the lower. But he's no longer in sight there.
Oh, should we head to the basement, gentlemen?
Sure. You see a set of double doors next to you that appear to be closed. They look like they might be staples. But you don't see any sign of the man. It looks like by the time that you guys went down the ramp and came back this way, he's had time enough to leave this immediate area that you're looking at. All right. Just move down.
Brent's serenading us.
Yeah. Wooden pillars and beams, 10-foot high ceiling of this ice-cold cellar, which is split in two by a 5-foot thick brick wall. A thin mist covers the floor. Each half of the cellar features an 8-foot tall wooden partition that doubles as a wine rack. The western rack stands empty. Let's say this kind of extends out. But the eastern one is half filled with wine bottles. Something moves behind the eastern wine rack, and through holes you glimpse a half dozen grotesque heads on a long vine, and a humanoid whose head has a full rack of antlers. You hear a gravely voice mutter the words of a spell. Roll for initiative.
Oh, Lord.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack, you with us?
Bloody hell!
There he is.
Oh, Jack got first. All right.
Mhm.
Is this a good spot for everyone to end tonight?
Yep.
I was gonna try to start cutting these down to about 2 hours.
Bummer.
Sorry.
So good. Keep the tension high.
We could do this one last battle if you want.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
if it's not too much for you, if you're able.
it's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Jack, you're up first.
Another druid, the same one we just saw.
Yes, and actually, didn't you guys take enough time for Jack to attune to the weapon?
Yes, we did.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Jack, we never talked about that, so we'll do that before we get into combat.
Okay.
Let me look up the staff. Yes, the staff that you're carrying. This is part of a tree. It seems to be a branch of a tree. It's a spongy black length of wood. Its evil makes beast visibly uncomfortable within 30 feet of it. The staff has 10 charges and regains 1d6 plus 4 of its expended charges daily at dusk. If this staff is broken or burned to ashes, its wood releases a terrible inhuman scream. And you think that will destroy all of the plant-type creatures that will hear that scream. And you see that this, your attunement also reveals that this has a vampiric strike. On a hit, it deals damage like a normal quarterstaff, and you can expend one charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the damage dealt by the weapon. But if you do that, Jack, you think that there may be consequences with how it interacts with your mind.
God.
So that's what your attunement has revealed thus far. This weapon. Also, you can tell that the plant-type creatures in this room don't seem to regard you as it does your fellow adventurers.
Okay. Hold the staff over my head and looked at the dark druid.
The dark druid looks enraged that you're even holding that. Looks like you've got something sacred that it recognizes.
Aw, did we take your toy?
Bring it back down to my lips and lick it
Ew.
Oh, God.
as I'm staring at him.
You
And
licked the
then-
stick.
Yes.
Pop him with a chill touch.
Okay. So that's going to be your first action then. Go ahead and roll your chill touch. What do I need to do for that?
It takes damage and can't regain hit points this round.
All right. you send the chill touch at the druid, and it gets him pretty good. He looks wounded.
Jack basically does arcane motions, pops his hand out, and it looks like a black version of his hand flies and grabs the druid around the throat.
You do so, but as it's never done for you before, it looks like a skeletal hand instead of a version of your hand.
Okay. It looks like a black version of his hand skeleton flies out and wraps around the throat.
Yes. And he chokes as it deals the damage to him. His veins obviously constrict, and like you can see his face go red. Alexander, you'll be next.
Okay, she's going to move close enough to be in whip range.
There's a wine rack. You and him.
Not anymore.
He'd still have a little bit of cover that way. It would still have cover. Full cover, actually.
Okay, fine. Right here. I will risk damage from the corpse weed.
That's fine. It doesn't get to attack you exactly just yet, but you can make your attacks now. That's a hit.
God damn, with my
Alright.
one slice of pay.
Still, though,
Yep,
the
and for my
whip cracks and definitely injures this guy.
and for my second attack, I will finish him off with the axe. Or not.
Yeah,
I need to
axe
put
is a
points
miss.
into this freaking axe.
Mr. Jeeves, you're up.
All right. If I take a shot from over here, oh, that's Jack. Here. Is that as? Can I take a shot from there, or is this corpse weed in the way?
What do you take at the druid?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have a cover from his friend there, and I think you might have a disadvantage attacking with ranged. Not sure.
But here, I wouldn't be able to hit him with a sword, would I?
No. Not without let's see. He's still got cover, so that would be at a -2.
God dang it. Yeah. If I go here, can I stick my sword through the holes and hit him?
No.
It's a piercing weapon. I mean, he should.
Yeah, but these
Okay.
wine racks are pretty full, and he's not as that's a 5-foot space, but he's only a couple of feet wide.
All right.
It looks a lot more easy to hit him just because his token's large compared to the space.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot that corpse weed. Corpse weed number 2.
All right, it'll be at a -2 for cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, knowing my luck, it probably just hit me right in the freaking shoulder.
roll an attack again. Attack roll on Alex. See if you can get past her AC.
Thanks.
Oh,
Of
God.
course you do. Of course you do. Thank you.
Go ahead and roll critical damage on her.
You are dead to me.
Wow. What's that? Just with the advantage button down?
No, just go ahead and roll damage for that weapon on her, and it should automatically.
You're lucky it doesn't get. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, 14 points of damage as your arrow misses the corpse weed and instead gets Alex in a very sensitive area. It looks like right by
Wow.
her kidneys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here and drink some wine.
I can.
You are going to die.
Jeeves making a shot. Just look at it, drop his bow, and walk away shaking his head to actually get a cup of wine.
Yep, that sounds good. There's a bottle right here.
Like,
Jeeves,
nope,
you may want to go back
done.
upstairs.
Oh, God. Okay. So a corpse weed is going to approach Alex, and it's going to attack by spitting venom at her, which is a hit. And you're splashed with the poison for 4 points of damage. The next up is the corpse weed that's already right in front of you, and it's going to slash at you thorny claws, which is a hit for 8 damage. The next
could use
corpse
some
weed,
healing.
it's going to shamble over towards Jack, and it's going to spit venom at him. Ooh, shit. I'm sorry. Let me slow down. That was a miss. That was a miss. I rolled damage anyway. I just got
You're really trying to hit us.
That's fortunate.
yeah, so he missed. I don't know why I rolled damage. I guess because I was on a roll. And number 4 is going to also, at a small disadvantage here, try to spit venom at Jack. At a -2. And it misses. Finally, the 5th one. It's going to spit acid at Alex. At a disadvantage. Well, not a disadvantage, but with a little. You've got a little cover because the druid's in the way. And it misses as well. Finally, the druid. He is going to cast a thunder wave. Make a Constitution save, Alex. 13. Okay, yes. You're not blown back. There was nowhere for you to go anyway. An unsuccessful save. Ooh, that's a 15-foot cube. That actually is going to get marked as well.
What's this? Damage?
Do a Constitution save. All right. So, Jeeves, you're actually pushed back.
Save me from Alex.
And then the damage for Alex is 8. Did that apply the damage? I think so.
Yep.
All right. And then for Jeeves, it's 3.
Are you halving my damage for Uncanny Dodge?
No, you have to tell me when you're using Uncanny.
I thought it just applied all the time. Okay. I'll read it.
But
I'll
you
check.
can say it then. That will That will half the 5. Does it round up or down?
Probably up.
All right, so you can take 2 points of damage off yourself. And then next, oh, these ravens, they're not. This. Elias, you're next. As you do, a corpse weed slashes at you, but misses.
Yeah, with uncanny dodge, it says I can use my reaction to half the attacker's damage.
Use
Rounding up or
reaction,
down?
though.
It doesn't say up or down, but
Uh,
let's go with up.
Figure it out. Yeah. So that used your reaction for. So as long as you have a reaction, you can use uncanny dodge. It's kind of like Jack's shield.
Yeah.
You just have to remember to mention it every time, I guess.
Well, yeah, and it can only be. It's only like once a round. I mean, it's not going to have all damage. Just the one that you choose that round. Because once you use your reaction.
Yeah.
All right. So Elias heals Alexandra.
Thank you,
And
Elias.
then Jack, it's your turn.
Okay. Lots of them tried to spit at me.
2 of them.
I'm gonna shake the stick at him and see if it does anything.
What? See if what does what?
The black stick.
Hold the stick aloft.
Oh, the shit stick aloft.
Oh, god dang it. I said that they disregarded you. Yeah, they're not even going to attack you once you present the staff. And they shouldn't have attacked you that previous round. My bad.
It's okay. They didn't know better. They know now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and walk through their spaces.
Yes, they will totally ignore you and allow you to do it.
And I can't occupy the same space as one of them, can I?
You can't end your turn on one.
Okay, I should have just enough movement to do this. I'll probably incur an attack of opportunity coming into the Dark Druid's space, into his threatened range.
You think you could fit up here by these barrels just fine. There's enough room for you to stand and get an attack and stay there if you'd like.
Okay. And then I'm going to...
You can sneak attack on the right room.
Wouldn't that still give him sneak attack damage, though, since I'm within range?
Yes. And it's a hit, so go ahead and add sneak attack and damage him.
My sheet is complicated, I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. After all, I've muddled through tonight. Oh, okay, yes. You killed it. The druid drops dead. The black skeletal hand grips around his throat and drops him to the ground.
And then I'm going to shout, hold, just to see if that works.
They are still hungrily but they are disregarding you.
Okay, fine. Guess I'll have to do this the hard way.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, sir.
All right, Alexandra.
Okay, time for second wind. I'm gonna whip a wall and find a pot roast.
All right. You easily find a pot roast hidden in the barrel next to
The fuck?
you. She's a Belmont, man.
Yes, I get that, but still, Jack is looking at her like, the fuck? Who keeps the pot roast in the barrel?
Okay, and for my attack, I'm going to take out the corpse weed directly across from me.
Okay. That's a hit. All right. And you deal some pretty heavy damage to it.
Do I still get my second attack? Because doesn't second wind count as a bonus action?
Yeah, but it doesn't prevent your second.
Hmm?
It does not prevent your second attack.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it again and finish it off.
It's a hit. And that is enough to do it.
And she swings the axe directly sideways and decapitates the corpse weed and lets the axe sink into the wall with a shink.
All right. One down. Mr. Jeeves, if you're brave enough to come back.
Yeah, I am.
The druid's dead, by the way.
Well, let me go. Can I stand here? Or is the barrels in the way?
No, you can.
All right.
Might
I'm gonna
incur an
go
attack of opportunity if you try to pass Alex.
here. Oh, man.
You could if you wanted.
Oh, come on.
He missed him anyway.
I'm not rolling good today.
Oh,
Yeah. Alex
That
is
was-
going to
I
pull her
thought
rat
that
dagger.
okay.
Oh, crap. I don't actually have that in my weapons slot.
I've been trying to use my sneak attack this whole game. It's like, come on, I'll use it one time.
Okay, fine. She's going to use the axe on him.
Oh dear. Okay. Well,
Oh,
it's a critical hit. You can choose to half that if you'd like.
didn't I already use it? Oh, I guess that was last. No,
That was
yeah, I guess
last
that was
round.
last round. Yeah, that would be nice.
All right.
So, that's what, 5?
Yeah. And it's a critical hit too. So, Alexander, where did you want to critically hit him?
She's going to swing it directly at his back, right across one of his shoulders. You son of a bitch! He shot me!
Didn't mean.
Even so, there's an arrow in her gut! Or wherever it
It
is.
was.
The corpse weed standing in front of Jeeves spits venom at him. Point blank. Oh, it's heavy damage too. Jeeves takes quite a bit of damage. It looks like he's past his midpoint.
Yep.
This corpse
I warned
weed
him.
will walk up close to Elias and spit as well.
I did warn him.
It misses, however. And corpse weed number 4 is going to go around and do the same. And of course, it's a miss. This is hard. Finally, corpse weed number 5. It's going to spit at Alex. And it misses. Next will be Elias. Right.
Leaving Alex alone with Jeeves is probably not a great idea.
All right, you draw your longsword and slash into the plant. The hit. You seem to have wounded it, but it's still squirming. Next up would be Jack.
Look at the corpse weeds next to me and say, last chance.
They don't respond.
Put an acid splash right in the center of these three lined up here.
Do you have to have a clear line of sight to the ones on the other side of the shelf?
Let me check and see if it says in the description.
Because you can see it, but it's got cover. I just don't know if the cover. I'm gonna say, well, heck, I'll just say whatever the spell says.
You hurl a bubble of acid. Or choose two creatures within range that are within 5 feet of each other. A target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage. The spell's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th level, 11th level, and 17th level.
I'll let you lob it over the wine rack. So yeah, you can get the one in the middle and splash on both the one on either side.
Okay, let's okay, yeah. They each make dexterity saving throws at DC 14.
They all succeeded.
Then nothing happens.
Oh man, sorry. I rolled a 19, 18.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves. I'm doing okay.
All right.
I'm doing great, just not at the right targets.
Alexandra.
Yeah, you're gonna die. For the sake of having her rage appeased for the moment, she will switch her target from Jeeves back to the corpse weeds. Damn.
You can whip again.
Yep. Actually, this time she's gonna go for the rapier.
That's a hit. All right, heavy damage to that one. Any movement?
Yeah, she's gonna move backwards, get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Then Mr. Jeeves, you're up.
All right, fingers crossed. Here we
The fingers are crossed. It's a hit.
Yay! No.
Sneak attack. Yes, it is instantly dead. Massive damage.
Yeah, that's overkill. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
She weakened it a little bit.
You skewer through its face. All right, next up is number 3. He's going to spit.
How much HP do these have?
Probably about 15 or so.
I wish we could actually see.
It misses Elias. And really, all you can kind of tell is how damaged they look, and you can judge those on their tokens by the color dots in the
Yeah.
right.
Still would be more fun if we could see the actual numbers.
Finally, okay, I critically hit Elias with the poison. 14 points of damage.
Yeah, you're still gonna congratulate him, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, he never gets amazing. And then Jeeves spits at Jeeves and misses. Next up will be Elias. That's a miss. Okay. Jack.
Okay. All right. Done playing. This one next to me,
Mhm.
Green Flame Blade.
Okay. It's a miss.
I made nothing happen.
Ow.
Oh no, don't hurt her. All right. So is that the end of your turn?
Burn 2 sorcery points and do it again.
That's part of a melee attack.
Good point. All right. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Alexandra.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back within range and try to take out one of the ones on Elias. The wounded one already.
That would be number 4.
Yep.
It's a hit. And that does it. It falls.
And the whip cracks right where the stem attaches to its head and detaches the head, which falls to the floor with a thunk.
Awesome. You have another attack left.
I do. I'm going to attack this one directly across from me. Is that a hit?
It's a hit. It's a hit.
Ah.
All right, and that does that one too. Or less.
And again, the whip cracks and snaps the head clean off of the end of the weed.
Good job. Jeeves, you're up. That's a hit. Whoa!
What?
That's just a lot of dice. Yeah, it's obviously totally dead. All right.
Sneaky attack.
It's at this point that coming down the ramp, you see the late druid that you saw run earlier, that painted in blood. He shows up, and he is going to get a thunder wave in. Druid back in combat track.
Alex points accusingly at Jeeves, sort of stepping back by Elias. You keep him away from me.
Go stand next to the druid, about 5 feet away.
All right. So let's see. I gotta check out your wave a little bit. See how far its range is. Oh, yeah, it's gotta get pretty much right up on So he's going to. Let's see, how much movement was that? Yeah, he can. On Elias and Alexandra both. Make a
Constitution.
Constitutions.
Well, damn, that's a fail. So is
For
that.
both of you.
Wow.
Yes, Alexander's blown back, and Elias is blown back even farther. And both take damage. Alexander takes a heavy bit of damage, 13 thunder damage, and Elias takes 10. Yeah, Alexandra, you are definitely feeling it. The
Mhm.
arrow does not help.
She already pulled that out. She pulled that out when Elias healed her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a
Mhm.
first. Yeah, you sure are, actually. Wow, that is. I'm not used to seeing you damaged hardly at all. Jack, it's your turn.
All right. This is one that ran earlier.
Yes.
Yes.
Does he look all barked out?
Definitely. I can show you a picture, actually.
Yeah.
Yay!
Picture.
Yes. This is who you see. He's got what appears to be the skin of bar.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, he looks like a vile little man.
That's a hit. Yes, and that does heavy damages. All right. Black hand, skeletal hand.
Hand of
Jack
Jack.
reaches out and clutches him.
I want to move down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Over here, very obviously holding the staff.
Yeah, it looks like he might turn his focus to you now. Alexandra, you're up.
Enough.
That's a hit. Yes, 9 damage to the druid. You get
And
another
second
attack.
attack.
Definitely a hit. Good 19. All right, and that's enough to the whip cracks and the druid falls. It looks like there are no more threats in the vicinity. Cellar grows quiet.
I believe this wine may be safe from the contamination. We should load up this as well and bring it back to the tavern.
Given that it looks like they're not going to be receiving any more wine from this winery for quite some time.
Agreed. It's going to take a while to replenish the poisoned wine.
Have we found the old crow here yet?
No, but I suspect that strange old man that ran during the Corpse Suite invasion earlier, that may be him.
Yes, I agree.
We'll find him after we finish loading up the goods.
Yes, after we've plundered his home. Okay. It's a fantastic plan, and I agree heartily.
When those thunder waves were cast, it looked like it shattered quite a few of the bottles here. Let's see.
There are some barrels down here.
Yeah, but as far as bottles go, there's 24 destroyed bottles in the shelf now.
How many are left?
There's still plenty left. Let's see here. Man, I just read it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really.
It's okay.
As you get to the north wall, it's cauldron. Let's see, those are the barrels. 40 bottles were there in total. So actually, it got over half. Yeah.
Again, there's 4 of us. We can each take 4. Agreed. That wagon looked like it could hold a great deal.
Mr. Jeeves had rolled a perception, 18, and he notices a secret.
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Secret squirrel.
It's a crack in the wall. Somebody get a bomb. Put it in Jeeves' hands.
Mr. Jeeves, you discover the staircase seems to go downward.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we're all in rough shape. I suggest we heal up and rest before we adventure further.
I don't recall any pressing business we have either here or back in town, so I'm all for it.
Well, if we head back to town, we could deliver the wine bottles that we know are safe, and at least give them an update on what's going on.
Potentially, but I prefer, if we're going to take a rest, we go upstairs and barricade ourselves into the rooms up there.
True enough.
Yes, I agree.
It should be easy enough to secure the upper spaces, and then we can finish clearing this place out. Hopefully get it back up and running that much sooner.
Agreed. If that is the wizard.
Well, it's better for him at this point anyway.
With feet like that, I'm certain with feet like that, he's some kind of whiner.
Then it's agreed. We rest. Somebody should probably not let Jeeves be in the same room as Alexander, because she might actually try to slit his throat in his sleep.
Where did y'all want to rest at?
In the
With the
bedroom.
bedrooms.
All right. And how long did you want to rest? Short or long?
It's too soon to do a long, isn't it? We just did one.
Yeah, it's been hours.
Yeah. Up to you guys. Because I have not expended any except for one of my heal dice, so a short rest would be fine by me. Oh, yeah.
How long is it?
Let's see, you rested at the Blue Water Inn and then came here?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually didn't take you very long to get here. You would have to wait until probably quite a bit longer in the day. And you still notice that outside, corpse weeds, they seem to be losing interest because they can't get in, but you know they're still out there somewhere.
Get out.
she's talking to Jeeves. Here, I'll trade Jeeves.
Can Alex lure one of the crows or one of the ravens up with her with some food? If not all of them.
They seem to want to keep their distance.
Damn.
All right, we wrapping up? I think it's a good spot for us.
I agree.
Indeed.
Sorry for keeping me so long, Mike.
It's fine.
I thought the battle would have been over a little bit sooner.
Yeah, battles tend to last a while. All right. Until next time.
Yeah.
Brent just ow. Send me a link to that video when you can.